Hi, I'm Randall. Play guitar, sing, write, produce stuff now and then. I had my own band through the 80s. We had a couple of records out, one with RCA, one with EMI. And then I had a fun tour with the girl called Sharon O'Neill, and a very short stint with Dragon, and then went overseas and ended up touring with a girl called Bonnie Tyler. Played with John English for a long time then during the 90s, mid-90s. Played with Billy Thorpe for a year and a half, I guess, something like that. Then was very, very fortunate to get a call to play with Shania Twain. Did the first tour throughout 98, 99. It was for the Come On Over record. A lot of people don't realise that is the biggest selling album of all time by any female artist. During that time I played with Keith Urban for quite a while, played with a guy called Rodney Crowell, and then back with Shania where we did the second tour with her for the Up album, and that went all over the place. Been playing with Rose Tattoo more recently, and that's fun. They were looking for somebody who was a guitar player, kind of lead guitar player and lead vocalist really. Playing to, I think by the end of that tour, it was an average of 22,000, 23,000 every night. When we started, it was May 98, and she had sold something like 2.5 million of Come On Over. The previous album, The Woman in Me, had done 14 million, and people were saying, oh, that's Come On Over. It's no Woman in Me. I don't think, I think it's going to go that as well as that one. But of course, everyone was proved wrong. It was amazing to be a fly on the wall and watch what happened and play the Grammys and things like that, where you can look down and see Sting and Madonna and, Funny you should ask about the amount of tones that are required to do a show like a Shania Twain thing. The first tour I had been using for quite a while, up to that point, a GT5. I was the Johnny-come-lately in the band. I joined sort of only a month before the first show, and so I had to get up to speed with the sounds and playing and parts and vocals and learning words and everything very, very quickly. And so I thought the easiest way to do that was to use the GT5, because it was so flexible, it was programmable, all the sounds were repeated, were able to be repeated, programmed and called up in a moment's notice. That's all I used. That was it. So now I've been using version 2 of the GT100 as well. I feel like the tones in the GT series in general have kept the integrity of the individual pedals to an extraordinary degree. In fact, that I haven't had to have 3 or 4 blues drivers all lined up with different levels of gain and tones. You can have different delay times programmed for each song that are in the right tempo and all of that kind of thing. You can, hit a pedal, hit a switch and turn delays on or off. I love that. I love that flexibility, and I think the switching is one of the most underrated and underused functions. Yeah, above and beyond anything that I do, I'm always writing songs. That's something that never stops. The version 2 of this 100 is off the hook in terms of having, you go through the factory presets and there are crazy, whacked out effects that you will never think of. You will never imagine them. And so when you hear them, it makes you play differently. It makes you come up with different lines, different melodies, and I'm working on a song at the moment that is absolutely purely a result of an ethereal patch that I got out of this. When I heard the patch, it made me play a certain way and made me hear a certain thing and made me feel a certain way, and so that patch is indispensable now, and so you think, wow, wow, I just can't, you can't do without it. And just look, for me, having that one song and having the inspiration and the push to write that song, that it would not have happened had that patch not been there. So I find that exciting in terms of a writing tool.